Welcome back to another episode of In the Slot. I'm your host, Jacob Fraser, with my co-host, Keanen and Jacob. And today we're just going to get into some playoff predictions with the playoffs starting today. But before we get into it, how's it going, Keenan?
It's good. It's good to be back. It's been what,
Mm,
like a month?
yeah, something like
It's
that.
been a
It's been
it's
a
been a little
while.
while,
Yeah.
but we're back.
Yeah. Yeah. We're back and playoff hockey's here. I think it's kind of hard to get motivated for that little blip in between the trade deadline and playoffs. Like, I
Yeah,
find there's
especially
just not a
being
ton to talk about,
Vancouver
especially this
guys
year.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but now all we have to talk about in this market is the draft lottery. So,
And the inevitable third overall pick.
yeah, who are we taking third?
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, let's just dive right into our predictions here. And let's kick things off in the West. I can start with my first round in the West if you want.
yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. So I've got Colorado taking down LA in 4 games. I've got a clean sweep. I've got Dallas over Minnesota in 6, Vegas over Utah in 6, and Edmonton over Anaheim in 5. So I've got a pretty, I think that's pretty chalk, like
I think.
expected picks,
Yeah,
but
I
I
think
think they're expected for a reason.
they are very expected. I've got the exact same thing except Colorado in five. A little gentleman's sweep, but I think this is outside of Minnesota and Dallas, and Minnesota's are very known playoff chokers. I think they've lost 8 straight first rounds or something like that. But
Oh, I don't know.
I
That,
saw
that's a
I
good
saw a
question.
stat. It's like 7 or 8 series losses in a row,
Hmm.
and Dallas has just been better in the playoffs these last couple of years. I think they're
Yeah.
more proven,
Yeah, I agree.
and the other 3 series I feel like kind of right themselves.
I will say I do think there's like not I'm not gonna say like a really good chance, but I think there's a fair chance that Utah can get it done over Vegas.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, just the only thing I look to is the inexperience of Utah there.
Yeah, 100%. But with the way Vegas has been playing too, yeah, they've been better under Tortorella, but they played some very weak teams. If
Hmm.
you look at their season as a whole, they just haven't been able to consistently get it done. But you can say the same thing for Utah. They've been very streaky all year, which
Yeah,
could help them in the first round, or it could they could be gone in 4 or 5.
yeah, for sure. And then Anaheim, like I do want to see Anaheim win, just because I think they're such a fun and up and
Yeah,
coming team. But I think the fact that they don't play defense very well and their first round matchup is the Edmonton Oilers, like I wouldn't be surprised if Connor McDavid ends that series with 12 points.
yeah, they're literally going up against a better version of their own team.
Yeah.
Like Edmonton's better offense, slightly better defense. They show up in the playoffs as well. Anaheim does have the better goalie. The goaltending in
Hmm.
Edmonton has gotten worse after they got rid of Stuart Skinner.
Yeah.
But
That's why I gave Anaheim a
yeah,
game in that
100%.
series.
And yeah, they get Drysaitel. I think Draisaitl's back for game 1, I believe.
See, I actually was having a conversation with my friend about
Yeah,
this yesterday, and he said the same thing. I didn't know that there was an actual date set. I thought it was kind of up in the air.
yeah. So it says looks ready as Oilers get ready. So he could be game 1, could be game 2, but he'll be back this round. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Chris Knobloch said that it's day to day.
and that's a big one. Like
Yeah,
getting him back. I mean, I think they beat Anaheim without him, but they don't get any further without him. But obviously, a huge piece to this team, especially if they do want to go on a deep run again. We can talk about their goaltending all we want, but they get it done in the playoffs. Like,
yeah. It is going to be interesting though, because Connor Ingram's going to be their starter by the sounds
yeah,
of things. So yeah, I'm curious to see how he does it. It's just so funny to me that like they goaltending was such a big issue and Stuart Skinner like wasn't good enough to get it done. And now you have Connor Ingram who I'm pretty sure they picked up off of waivers.
I think so.
Yeah.
and the Tristan Jarry trade that has not worked out at all. I think we
Yeah.
said that this was a good trade for them too. I think we said that on the show. That
I'm trying to remember. I do remember. I think we said it was more like a lateral move.
yeah, they it was either that or it was like he'll make more saves but not the have the big games that Skinner randomly has.
Yeah, I think that was part of that
Yeah,
conversation
I
too.
remember. I vaguely remember that, but yeah, I
Yeah, it
think
turns out he just sucks.
yeah. Apparently, goalies go to Edmonton and they just die.
Yeah.
But I think that the West first round not as good as the East first round.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And that's a perfect segue. Let's get right into the East here. So I will start at the bottom of the bracket. I've got the Pittsburgh Penguins over the Philadelphia Flyers in 6, Carolina over the Ottawa Senators in 5, Tampa Bay over the Montreal Canadiens in 6, and then this is where I didn't go chalk. I went the Boston Bruins over the Buffalo Sabres in
Yeah,
7.
I think I think any team could win any of these series in the first rounds in East, but
Yeah.
I'll agree with you. Pittsburgh over Philadelphia. I think they just got the star talent and the playoff experience that'll help them get it done. I got them winning that in 5. I got Ottawa over Carolina though, them doing that in 7. Montreal over Tampa Bay in 6, and then Buffalo beating Boston in 7. I could be right about all these. I could be wrong about all these, and I wouldn't really be surprised. This is a
Yeah.
difficult round to predict.
Yeah, it is interesting. So we both have in that first series there, Boston Buffalo. We both have the game or the series going to game 7.
Yeah.
We just picked the opposite team to win. But what my argument for that is, I think if there it's a game 7 situation, like I look at the experience again, right?
That's true.
And Buffalo hasn't been to the playoffs for 17 years or something like that.
A wild drought where half the league makes the playoffs.
Yeah. What I will say, like, I think Buffalo, game 1 in Buffalo, they're going to win.
Oh, they for sure. Like
Yeah.
that barn is going to be electric. The energy is there's nothing Boston. If they somehow take game 1, I will immediately go, yeah, Boston's winning the series. But
Yeah.
like I just
And it's probably not going to 7.
no, if they win game 1, they're
Yeah.
probably winning game 2. Look, it's gonna be a great series. I think Boston has the physicality because they're Boston. They always play a physical game of hockey. I just think the star power in Buffalo, Tage Thompson's gonna have his chance here. They've got good depth scoring. They've got a very well-rounded decor right now, and they've just nothing has stopped them. Like when they first got on that hot streak, like I think 2 3 months ago, it was kind of like, okay, they'll dip out or like fade into the wild card race. They just
Mhm.
kept getting better, and I think they're gonna keep getting better here and take down Boston in round 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I just and so it's funny because we talk about size like and everything like that. Like a guy like Cole Caulfield can't succeed in the playoffs. He's too small, blah blah. Tage Thompson obviously being a bigger guy, he's like 6'6", whatever. I just I don't know. Does he rise up for the big games? And that's something that we haven't been able to see
Mhm.
from him in Buffalo. But I just think about like that Olympic team, right? Like I didn't really notice him.
That's fair. Yeah, and but this is his chance where he is the guy, though. Like
Hmm.
it is a little different in that sense, but obviously you can look on the Olympics go. He kind of faded into like just the average player on that team, but this is his actual. He is the guy on Buffalo, the first line guy,
Yeah.
leader in points, leader in goals. This is his chance to truly step up and lead his team to their first playoff win in their first playoff appearance in over a decade.
Right. Yeah, and that's totally fair too. Like I get that because that's a concern that I have about Nick Suzuki as well. Like he didn't really like how many points did he put up? 105 or something like that
It
this
was over
season.
100, yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't really come to like he wasn't dominating at the Olympics either.
See, I'm less worried about that one though, because he's shown a little bit in the playoffs, whereas
Yeah, no, I know for
Tage
sure.
Thompson has no playoff experience at all.
Yeah, does he have none?
Maybe because
I think he had St. Louis, didn't he?
okay, maybe see if I'm going to eat my words here.
Oh no, he's never played in the
I think,
playoffs.
yeah, he only played
Okay.
41 games with St. Louis. He might not have even been on the playoff roster there if they even made it in
Yeah.
2018.
Because that was the year after they won the, or the year before they won the
Yeah.
Stanley Cup, right?
Yes, because they won it
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. On to Montreal, Tampa Bay. Again,
Hmm.
this is another insane matchup. I think it's just Montreal with the youth, the speed. We saw them like even though they're a smaller team, they manhandled Tampa Bay in their last match 2 weeks ago. Like
Yeah.
they took care of that aspect of the game. No Dobson for a few games is going to be a bit of a problem, but the power play is elite. Tampa Bay's defense is fading a little bit. It was a rough year for Braden Point. They do have the playoff experience, and I'll give them that. Vasilevsky can definitely take some games, but I think this is where Montreal they dipped their toes in the water last year, played some close games with Washington. I think they're gonna get it done this year, especially with Dobish has been hot between the pipes too.
Yeah. Dobish has definitely been hot. And like their bottom six, I really like the bottom six in Montreal. Like I think they play their role really, really
Yeah,
well. And so I think I think they definitely have a good chance at beating Tampa Bay. Like I said to you before we started recording, I took Tampa Bay, you took Montreal. Like I think whoever wins that series like could screw up some brackets because if you pick wrong, that team's probably going to the Stanley Cup
yeah,
final either way.
or a
So
conference final at least.
yeah, so it is a really good matchup. I am concerned about the Noah Dobson injury.
Yeah,
Um, and then yeah, it's just the playoff experience. Like yes, Dobish has been hot, but who we don't know if he can get it done in the playoffs, right? And then
that's true.
Vasilevsky can shut the door. Like Vasilevsky is one of maybe two or three goalies in the league that can legitimately win you a series,
Yeah,
not just a game.
I think there's a lot of factors going into this series. You look at Kucherov's last couple playoff series, did nothing, and now he's going up
Hmm.
against Suzuki, who should win the Selkie this year. There's that going for them. You can talk about Montreal's inexperience, the Dobson injury. I think if Montreal comes out of Tampa Bay 1-1 in the series, I think most people would favor them because you're likely seeing Dobson game three.
Yeah.
But this is a tough one to predict, and I'm leaning Montreal because of the youth, because of the speed. They can skate circles around Tampa Bay with most of their core over the age of 30. I just think they managed to get it done this year.
Yeah, you mentioned the speed and everything. Like, I think it is going to be an interesting series because it is really the clash of like grit and grind, like Tampa Bay has, and then play with speed and skill. I guess more in like Montreal's top six,
Yeah,
especially. But
but
I
you
mean,
don't
Josh
expect the
Anderson
bottom
is
six to be
fast.
the speedy skill guys, though.
Yeah, but like even Josh Anderson, like he's a
Yeah,
guy that can blow right by you. Like he's quick too. So, um, yeah, I'm excited. This is a series that I'm very excited
this is the
for.
bracket busting series right
Yeah,
away. Like,
yeah.
it simply is. And then Carolina, Ottawa. We both got different ones here. You went Carolina, I went Ottawa. My
Hmm.
whole thing is another red hot team. If Linus Allmark is just pedestrian between the pipes, I think they win the series. Like
Yeah.
even like he's been below average for most of the year. The goaltending for the first half of the season was like statistically the worst ever, and they're in the playoffs. Like if they got average goaltending throughout the year, they might have won the Atlantic. Like
Yeah, for
like
sure.
and you look at Carolina, yeah, playoff experience, but then again, also bad goaltending. I don't think they have a goalie with a 900 save percentage. So this is like every series in the East, in my opinion, could go either way.
Yeah, I think it could go either way, but I did take Carolina, and here's why. Brady Kachuk. They have Linus Allmark has one bad game. Brady lights up the mics with Matthew and Keith, and
Yeah,
Keith just rips him on the podcast again, and then it's all over.
that could be a problem. Are they doing that mid round?
I don't know.
There's no way Ottawa lets Brady hop on the podcast after game one. Like you lose in Carolina, and they're just like, yeah, go record.
Records on the plane so Linus can hear him too.
It's like our goalie sucks, man. Linus is right behind him.
No, I don't know. I think I think Brady Kachuk wants to win, but I also do kind of wonder about his future in Ottawa, and it
Yeah,
makes me kind of think like maybe he's just gonna phone it in when things get tough. Like I'm not saying he's gonna come out of the gate not playing hard, but if they go down two in the series, like maybe he's just one foot out the door kind of thing, and he's
yeah.
ready to get out.
I don't see that in the playoffs, especially after his brother just won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Like
Yeah, but
he's
like
gonna do everything he can to get that back on Matthew. Like
he's going to be getting traded this offseason, though.
he's got a no move clause, but yeah, I guess
Yeah,
he could waive
no, he's
that.
going to.
Yeah, he's signed through 2028. That's a damn. Ottawa could get something back for him there. Like
Yeah, oh yeah, they will. But it's gonna be kind of like the Matthew Kachuk situation.
a little different because he's got years on his contract still, though. Like Matthew Tkachuk was an RFA when he was traded.
Hmm. But had full control because
Yeah,
of where he went because he had to sign and everything.
yeah. It's just to me
It
it
is
comes
gonna
down
be a
to
good
the goaltending.
series.
It comes down to the goaltending,
Yeah,
especially Linus Ullmark. Like there is a world where he gets pulled in either game one or game two, and there's also a world where they just that it's goaltending's not a problem. Like he's just been too inconsistent, but last month and a half been really good.
yeah. Frederick Anderson has been confirmed as the Hurricane starter.
Okay.
I wonder how long he lasts, though.
Yeah, and that's the other problem there. You could see four different goaltenders in this series.
Yeah, I mean Brendan Bussey had a good stretch and everything. Like maybe he can during the regular season. I'm saying,
Yeah.
and so maybe he can do something. Like I don't know.
Oh, his save percentage dropped below 900.
I know. I was surprised when I pulled this up because you said no one on the team has a 900, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Brendan Bussey has to have a 900." Nope.
No, I remember him being like really good.
Well, his record is 31-6-2.
The team's really good in front of him, though.
But all that you need is to win games.
True,
Like
but
the
in the
guy wins
playoffs,
games.
a goaltender could win or lose you the series.
Yeah.
And now, probably a series nobody saw happening coming into this one: Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, the Battle of Pennsylvania. We both got Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
I think just the playoff, the proven playoff, the I don't know what Philadelphia is going to do to win this series. Like I think too much needs to go right for them.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see how Trevor Zegras and Matvey Michkov perform in the playoffs. Obviously, Matvey Michkov has been kind of like bouncing around the lineup this year with Rick Tocchet
He's been
not being a big
Tocchet's
fan.
having his way with him though.
Yeah, that's crazy, but um, yeah, like I'm curious to see what he looks like and what his deployment looks like, especially in a playoff setting. Like Tocchet's not going to give him any chances, right?
Yeah, how long until he gets benched? Like,
I honestly like. I'm expecting him to be a scratch by game three.
okay, if Tocchet wins them games, but just ruining the development of who's supposed to be the franchise guy.
Yeah, but in a playoff setting, I get it. Like if
Yeah, for sure. But like, if you look at over 82, if he lets Mitchkov do his thing, he might be a point per game this year, and we wouldn't be having this conversation at all.
yeah, exactly. I think that is the problem with Rick Tocchet, but
It's the old-fashioned style coaching.
yeah. I mean, yeah, like 51 points. I didn't even realize he had 50 points this season, which is
He,
crazy
he, he was
because
better last year on a worse Philadelphia team. I
Yeah.
think he was a 60-point guy.
Yeah, 63 last year.
That's insane.
Yeah. But I am curious to see how Trevor Zegras performs too.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's never played in the playoffs. And
I feel
so,
like
yeah.
Zegras has been given more chances, and they play a very similar style of hockey.
Yeah, I don't know. Taka just loves his Americans and hates his Russians, I think.
And Swedes.
Yeah, he hates the European players.
He needs the American grit.
Yeah, the American grit. Trevor Zegras has a lot of that.
Yeah. Round two, I got Colorado beating Dallas. The team's just really good. And then Vegas beating Edmonton. And I think that one's a weird one. Yeah.
I've got Colorado over Dallas and then Edmonton over Vegas. So we differ there. I just think Vegas's goaltending is just as questionable as Edmonton's.
It is. Yeah. And then we could very well see the star talent of Edmonton just take over the series like it did last year.
Hmm.
And like if you look at the additions that Vegas has made, Marner's been good, but we still need to see him do something in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Rasmus Anderson hasn't really been good for them.
Yeah.
And otherwise,
No,
it's
he hasn't
basically the
done
same
much.
team that it was last year. I mean, you could say
Hmm.
the same thing for Edmonton. I don't think. I mean, Savoie has been good for them, but otherwise, the additions they've made haven't been good additions.
Yeah, who did they add?
Because I
I'm
know they
trying to
made
remember
some
now.
weird trades at the deadline.
Yeah, Jason Dickinson. Um, they gave up a first for him.
Wasn't they got like
Colton Dock. Actually, Colton Dock, like in what I've seen, he's looked pretty good in Edmonton,
4 points
which
in eight
is
games, which is good.
yeah. It's interesting too because like when I watched him in Chicago, he was playing on the line with Connor Bedard quite a bit, and
Yeah,
you could just tell he looked out of place. But now that he's in an actual fourth line role, he's looked fairly decent, like a serviceable NHLer. And then Connor Murphy, I think, has been a good addition to their back end as well.
yeah. It's just that thing. It just comes down to the goaltending for them,
Yeah,
like it always does.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Connor McDavid could steal that series as well. I mean, you got a guy who put up 138 points this year, like 20 games without Draisaitl as well. Like we know how elite he is. We don't need to. We don't need to keep going on.
No, but yeah, then Colorado. We both have Colorado. I think it will be a closer series, and I think this probably is the closest series that Colorado has, at least on the Western Conference side.
Yeah, especially you got him going up against Edmonton. They're gonna roll through Edmonton.
Yeah, I
My
think
thing
they
is
roll through Vegas too.
they easily rolling through Vegas. They're just better. Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, part of me is just like they are the President's Trophy winner. How far are we gonna ride with them?
Yeah, that is true. But like, I'm gonna pull up their lines because I got
Oh, the lines are
just
insane.
hit my mic. Don't know if you heard it,
Oh,
but
I definitely heard that.
my bad. So okay, top line: Arturi Lehkonen, Nathan McKinnon, Martin Hs. Second line: Gabe Landeskog, Brock Nelson, Valerie Nishushkin. Third line: Ross Colton, Nazem Kadri, Nick Waugh. And then fourth line: Parker Kelly, Jack Drury, and Logan O'Connor. Like that third line,
Kadri
Ross
on the third
Colton.
line.
Yeah, like that's unbelievable.
It is. It 100% is. How long until Nichushkin gets like put on leave again though?
Well, then they just call up Kadri to the second line, and
Yeah, I know
you're
that's
fine.
just been the thing with Colorado in the playoffs. It's like, oh, they look, oh, and Nichushkin's doing coke in his bedroom.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I think that whoever wins Dallas, Minnesota, when they go up against Colorado, that's going to be probably the best series we see in the West.
yeah, yeah,
Like he's easily.
for sure. I maybe that Minnesota Dallas series will be better, but
Depending on how it goes, yeah. But I think
it one of those three teams will be involved in a series that is the best series of the playoffs.
it should be, yeah. And yeah, we say when Colorado wins, they're beating LA. Like That is the.
Yeah.
This isn't a Tampa Bay Columbus-esque series because at least Columbus had good players. LA sucks.
Yeah, you gave them a game over Colorado. The-
They'll win a game. We'll be back here in 2 weeks and they'll somehow win two. Yeah. In the East, again, we obviously have different picks because our first round was completely different.
yeah.
I got an all Canadian conference final. Montreal is going to beat Buffalo, and then Ottawa's going to easily handle Pittsburgh. Whoever wins the Pittsburgh Philly series is just going to lose in round two, in my opinion.
I agree. I've got Carolina taking down Pittsburgh, and then I have Tampa Bay taking down Boston. I do like the All Canadian Conference Final, though.
We can hope.
Yeah,
We can
that'd be
hope.
fun.
Especially those two teams, two young teams like that.
And then Edmonton makes a conference final.
And then
They
somehow
somehow
Colorado still
upset.
wins the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's what would happen.
Yeah, that's what would happen. Yeah. Yeah, my thing here is I think Montreal Buffalo would be an amazing series, but I think Montreal is just better scoring down the stretch. The goaltending's been better the last month and a half. They get better offense from their defense. Defensively, they're okay. I obviously Buffalo definitely has that edge. I like their depth better, but Buffalo really good depth as well. Flip a coin, like you could say that for any East series. That's who's winning.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. Um, yeah, I do. You mentioned like the offensive defenseman being better in Montreal. I like if you look at Buffalo's defense core, like their third pairing is just big shutdown
Yeah.
defensemen. But Bowen Byram is not very good defensively. He's very good offensively. Um, Owen Power is a little better defensively, but he's still more an offensive minded guy. Obviously, Rasmus Dahlin is one of the best defensemen in the league. Um, but yeah, like I don't know if I give Buffalo a crazy edge in their defensive game from their defensemen.
Okay. See, my thing is just Montreal. Lane Hudson's been great defensively for them this year. Dobson's good as well. Outside of the depth there has just been bad defensively in Montreal. It's kind of the opposite as Buffalo. You said their third line pairing elite defensively. You go down the depth in Montreal and it just gets worse.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I am curious. Like I actually heard Maxime Lapierre talking about this. They need to. He said they need to play Arbor Jacki in the playoffs.
Yes,
I'm
that's what
curious if they actually do.
that's what I remember last year. They brought him in. I think it was game three, and then they started actually being physical against Washington
Right.
because that's what Arbor Jacki is. He's a
Yeah.
physical defender. I think well he should play the first two games for sure without Dobson.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now he's in the lineup.
Beyond that, I would like to see him on the third pair, like because you need that physicality, especially against Tampa Bay. And then obviously down the stretch, the game just gets more physical, anyways. You need him. You just do.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think he would be he would be a good player to have in the playoffs in general. Like the thing is, I'm looking at their D pairings right now.
Montreal's.
Yeah, I'm wondering who you take out because when Dobson is back, right now their pairings are Mike Matheson, Caden Gooley, Lane Hudson, Alexander Carrier, Jaden Struble, and then Arbor Jacki. Like, who do you take out? Because I've been watching a little bit more Montreal recently than I usually would, and I've liked what I've seen from Struble.
Yeah, and that's. I think it's gonna come down to between Struble and Jacki who and Carrier who plays worse the first two games. That's who
Right.
gets taken out of the lineup. There is no set plan because there's no clear seventh D man between those three. I think it's just who plays worse gets the boot, and you could see them come back in the next series if Struble has a bad couple games or Jacki or whoever, and I think you end up rotating a couple times, like we've seen Edmonton do the last few years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense for sure.
Is it?
Um,
It is the playoffs. You play the hot hand.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Should we get to our conference finals?
Let's do it.
Okay. I've got Edmonton, Colorado, and I've got Colorado heading to the Stanley Cup final, and then I've got Tampa Bay, Carolina, and I've got Tampa Bay heading to the Stanley Cup final. We talked about this. Edmonton, nobody's really a match for Colorado except for possibly Dallas or Minnesota, and so I think Colorado rolls right through Edmonton. And then on the Eastern Conference side, I just kind of went with the teams with the most experience there, and just the fact that Carolina, we talked about their goaltending issues, and they can just never get it done. And so I think Tampa Bay's heading back to the Stanley Cup
The
final.
third round, their kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah, my conference finals will be Colorado over Vegas. Like whoever comes out of the Pacific, they're not great unless you're just riding a very hot hand, very hot goaltender. I don't see any of them beating Colorado. Over in the East, like we said, the all Canadian matchup, Montreal, Ottawa. I got Ottawa. I think that they're just more well rounded. I think they're better built for the playoffs and the physicality. And in my opinion, with this Ottawa team, if they're getting through one round, it's because the goaltending's good, and I think they're going on a run.
Interesting. I honestly did not expect you to pick Ottawa, given that you're a Montreal fan.
Yeah, it was tough, but I think it's we got to put biases aside here. I already got them in the conference final. That's a win for year two of this Montreal team, but I think Ottawa just matches up better. The way they play hockey is just better built for the playoffs, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said to you, I think obviously I have Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup final, but I said the problem is Tampa Bay loses and I think Montreal goes to the Stanley Cup final. Like I think whoever wins that
Yeah,
first round series is going to be the best team out of the East. So I personally would have gone Montreal if I were in the situation of having Montreal in the Eastern Conference Finals, regardless of who they play.
yeah,
But
yeah. No, I think Eastern Conference Finals, other than whenever Carolina's in it, you assume it's going to be a good series that can go either way. Like this
yeah,
should go 7 games.
yeah,
And I think it just comes down to the physicality that Ottawa plays, especially that deep into a playoff run. I think they'll just be able to outmuscle Montreal at that point. Like, as we'll be like 20-ish games into a playoff run. And I think
yeah.
that's what it comes down to, just the physicality that Ottawa has and the elite defensemen that seem to be 1 through 6 on that team.
Yeah.
Like, they're a wild card team, but they're not a bad wild card team.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, in the Stanley Cup Finals, though, we both have Colorado. Easy favorite. I don't know how you beat this team.
Yeah, I don't either. Like they're too good to me.
They are. It's going to come down to, like, if somebody beats them, it's either going to be Dallas and Minnesota because they're also the really good teams in the West, or they just get bad goaltending, which I don't see happening.
Or they get banged up.
And they could get banged up, but they'd have to be really banged up
Yeah,
because
like
it's the
Kale
playoffs.
McCarr. I will say I do have concerns because Kale McCarr just got back from an injury.
Yeah.
Um,
Is
and then
Landeskog in the lineup currently? Or is he hurt?
yeah, when last checked, he was. Yeah.
Because I saw a stat. The team is 8-8-2 with Landeskog out of the lineup.
Hmm.
So something to keep in mind with Landeskog and his injury history. But I
Yeah,
think
that
they'll
was
be fine.
interesting.
I think they'll be fine.
Like I'm going through their lineup right now. So Kadri's already playing through something. Um, McKinnon took rest days at the end of the season. So did Martin HS. I mean, they rested a bunch of their guys um, at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So I think that gives them a leg up. But Kadri does have an injury going into the playoffs. Josh Manson also has an injury going into the playoffs. And then McCarr just getting back from an injury. Like I'll bring it back to the Olympics again. Like we saw McKinnon get banged up, or we don't really know what was going on. He might have been sick, he might have been hurt, but he became he's still obviously great, but just more of a shell of himself. And so, I wonder, I, I, I wonder if they could get banged up, especially in the second round with likely playing Dallas, possibly Minnesota.
Yeah,
Like that's going to be a heavy load of a series.
it is. But you can also there's a lot of teams you can say that for though. Like
Mm-hmm.
Vegas, Mark Stone's always injured. The decor's been on and off. Edmonton's getting Draisaitl back. Like it's a part of playoff hockey. There's going to be
Yeah,
injuries, and there's going to be 90% of them are being played through, and then you figure, oh, so and so had a broken leg. It's like what?
yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, who was it? Aaron Ekblad last year, was it? Or 2 years ago? Broken foot.
Yeah,
Played through the whole series.
it's
Joe
insane.
Thornton had like separated shoulder.
And like Matthew Kachuk like tore something last year. That's why he was hurt for most of this season.
Yeah, no, I don't
No.
think so. He just wanted to sound cool.
Like yeah, I'm hurt. Anything else we should go over?
um, no, I don't think so. I mean, we can drop this playoff schedule here. First game is in
In case
just
this
over
is
an
where you
hour.
get your NHL news, we'll drop the playoff schedule.
Yeah. First game is in just over an hour.
Yep.
Ottawa and Carolina. 2:30 today. Wild Stars. This is all Pacific time. 5 p.m. Flyers Penguins. I will be golfing during the first two games, but I'll have them on my phone
Just had to
while I
flex on
golf.
us, eh?
But yeah, I finally got a day off where I can actually go
Fair
golfing.
enough.
Um, thank God the Canucks season is over.
Canucks season's been over for months. But
Well,
like
not for
I
me,
know, I know, I know, I
unfortunately.
know, but like now it's physically over.
Yeah, yeah. Yesterday was the last day. Very nice
Yeah.
because media availability. Some interesting stuff there actually.
I didn't
That we
watch it.
didn't.
I saw Canucks Army post them all. I was like, I'm not watching that.
That was me.
You were posting them all? Okay. I was doing the Blue Jays game, not the Canucks game.
Right. Yeah. There was some interesting stuff. Like Jim Rutherford, uh, kind of hinted that he's going to be retiring after the draft once they find a new GM.
Yeah.
Um, and then what else was there? Talked about how he knew Quinn Hughes was leaving before the season even started, and no matter how well the team did, he was going to leave no matter what.
He said that like every offseason the past 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when the team was good, they're like, Quinn's leaving. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, yeah. There was some interesting stuff there, but obviously it's playoff time, so we'll
Yeah.
stick to playoffs. We'll talk about the Canucks when it's draft lottery time.
Yeah, when it's true. Do you have a dark horse in the playoffs here? Like a team?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Dark horse. I'm going to. You know what? I picked them to lose in the first round. I'm going Utah.
Okay, I'm gonna choose someone else because I was gonna say Utah. But I don't know who else. I don't know who else could be a dark horse because you can't say there's a dark horse in the East. Like any of those series could go the other way. Like
I honestly I would say you can call Ottawa your dark horse.
that's true. That they're a wild card team. Well, yeah, Ottawa's a dark horse, and I'm biting early.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, you already picked them.
they are my dark horse, but deep run, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like dark horse, I don't even want to consider LA a dark horse because they suck. So
Yeah,
that'd just be shitty to see them go to the Stanley Cup final.
yeah, that wouldn't be fun. That'd be like they,
It'd be 2-1 games the whole way there.
yeah, and then the occasional blowout 8-0 loss.
Yeah. Yeah, they win a series, but they have a negative goal differential.
Do they have? I feel like they have a negative goal differential right now.
Pretty sure.
Yep, them and Anaheim, the only playoff teams with a negative goal differential.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anaheim.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, if there's nothing else, we can just wrap it up there.
I think so. I think that's a
Okay,
good
sounds
spot
good.
to wrap it up. We'll be
Yeah,
back.
be sure. Yeah, we'll be back probably next week. Be sure to check out our other podcasts on the Horizon Media YouTube channel. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. Check out our socials as well, where we post all our clips. And thank you for tuning in to this episode of In the Slot.